Welcome to Media Breakfast, Cliff Notes edition. We save you the time, you keep the insight. Today we're breaking down a long talk about gut health, the microbiome, and inflammation. Not to pick a side, but to understand why the sides exist. It opens with a pretty shocking medical idea, a fecal transplant. That's when doctors take stool from a healthy person and put it into a very sick person. It sounds gross. But the guest, Dr. Bulsiewicz, tells a case where it likely saved someone's life. A patient got a dangerous infection after antibiotics wiped out her gut bacteria. The choices were extreme, like removing her colon or trying the transplant. He did the transplant. By the next day, the crisis calmed down. Right away, you can hear Dr. Will's worldview. He sees the gut as a control center, not just a food tube. He's trying to convince the host and the audience that we underrate how much the gut affects the whole body. Hold that idea for a second, because it shapes the whole debate. Is the gut a main cause behind lots of modern sickness, or is it just one factor among many? Dr. Will's main claim is that lots of people live with chronic inflammation. Chronic means lasting a long time. He says this isn't the obvious swelling you see after a sprain. It's low-grade inflammation, like your immune system is quietly on all the time. He links it to everyday complaints people brush off: fatigue, brain fog, bad sleep, aches, skin issues. And that changes how you read vague symptoms. Instead of, "I'm just tired," he wants you to ask, "Is my immune system being triggered all the time?" To explain why, he uses a simple picture. Think of your immune system like an army. If the army is always fighting, your own city takes damage too. In the body, that can show up in different places. He mentions inflammation in the liver. He also mentions inflammation in the brain. He connects that to mood and memory problems. He's careful not to say every disease comes from the gut, but he argues the gut and immune system are tightly linked. Then he zooms in on the microbiome. That's the community of microbes, meaning tiny living things in your gut. He says there are tens of trillions of them, mostly in your large intestine. He drops one of the wildest facts in the talk. He claims around 60% of the weight of your stool is microbes. The point is not to be gross. The point is that this isn't just waste. It's evidence of an ecosystem living inside you. This is where people get confused. The talk isn't just saying gut bacteria exist. It's saying gut bacteria help run your immune system. He explains a three-layer defense system. First are the microbes themselves. Second is the gut barrier, a lining only one cell thick. It separates the inside of your gut from your bloodstream. Third is the immune system waiting behind it. When that gut barrier gets weak, more stuff crosses through than should. He calls this leaky gut, meaning the barrier lets unwanted stuff through. Your immune system sees that as a threat and reacts. That reaction is inflammation. In this framing, inflammation isn't just bad luck. It's often your body responding to a boundary problem. So why should anyone care? Because it gives you a target you can work on. Instead of only chasing symptoms, you try to strengthen the barrier and support the microbiome. That's where fecal transplants come back in. They're the dramatic example of how powerful the microbiome can be. Dr. Will says they work best in specific serious cases, like C. diff. C. diff is a dangerous bacteria that can take over after antibiotics. He also mentions early research in cancer care. In some studies, fecal transplants seem to help certain patients respond better to immunotherapy, especially in melanoma. He describes it like this. Some people weren't responding to treatment. After they got a transplant from someone who did respond, their odds improved. That's still early research, but it's the kind of result that gets scientists' attention. He also draws a hard line for the audience. Do not try fecal transplants at home, even if a documentary makes it sound easy. He says it's not a shortcut to long-term health. His preferred path is slower and less exciting. Rebuild through diet and lifestyle, not a one-time hack. Watch what happens next. The conversation swings from extreme medicine back to everyday problems. Stuff like bloating and gas. The host keeps asking the question many people have. Why do I eat something, then feel terrible? Dr. Will says the #1 cause of bloating is constipation. But he defines constipation in a way people don't expect. It's not only, I can't poop. It can also mean you aren't fully emptying. You might go every day and still be backed up. He uses a blunt but useful idea. Partial poops. If you only empty a small amount each time, stool sits longer in the gut. Then microbes have more time to break down food and create gas. Ferment just means break down food and make gas. In his view, constipation creates traffic. Traffic creates gas. This matters because it changes the story you tell yourself. Gas doesn't always mean that food is evil. Sometimes it means things are moving too slowly. He does admit bloating can have different causes. Motility is one. That means how your intestines move. A damaged microbiome can be another. Certain foods can also be the issue, like lactose in dairy. Then the talk hits a hot topic: gluten. The host suggests maybe wheat in the US causes problems because of glyphosate. That's a weed-killing chemical used in farming. Dr. Will says glyphosate can disrupt the microbiome. He suggests choosing organic to lower exposure. This is one of his stronger and more controversial claims. It leans toward the idea that chemical exposure is a big driver of gut problems. To his credit, he also offers a different explanation that's easier to test. He says many people who think they're gluten intolerant may actually be reacting to fructans. Fructans are a type of carbohydrate found in wheat, garlic, and onions. He points to a study where people without celiac disease felt worse from a fructan bar than a gluten-heavy bar. That suggests gluten wasn't the real trigger for them. Here's what that looks like in real life. Some people handle sourdough bread better than regular bread. One reason could be fermentation. Fermenting dough can lower fructans. So two breads can both contain gluten, but hit you differently depending on how they're made. This is one of his most practical moments. Instead of blaming one villain ingredient, he shows how the label might be wrong. And he shows how preparation can matter. From there, he keeps circling back to a bigger message. He doesn't like diet trends. He criticizes how social media swings from vegan to carnivore like it's a new religion every year. His point is simple. Human biology doesn't change that fast. His default recommendation is whole foods in balance. He also gives people credit for trying to improve. He says effort matters, even if he wouldn't choose their diet long term. That keeps it from turning into food moralizing. He also pushes back on juice cleanses. He says people may feel better because they stopped eating irritating foods, but that doesn't mean the cleanse fixed their gut. So what does he offer instead? He centers the answer on what your microbes eat. That's fiber, found in plant foods. He says most people in the US and UK don't get enough. He calls fiber the main food for helpful gut bacteria. When bacteria eat fiber, they produce short-chain fatty acids. That sounds technical, but the idea is simple. They're helpful chemicals made when bacteria digest fiber. He says they help calm inflammation. His hopeful claim is that the gut is forgiving. Change what you eat today, and the microbiome can start changing quickly. He also says gut lining cells renew every 3 to 5 days. His point is not perfection. His point is momentum. Then he expands gut health beyond food. He talks about rhythm. He brings up circadian rhythm, meaning your body's 24-hour clock. He argues that regular wake times, morning light, movement, and steady meal timing help your gut work better. He lays out a perfect gut day schedule. Wake up, hydrate, get sunlight, do light exercise. Eat a breakfast with fiber and moderate protein. Then, aim for a good morning bowel movement. Later, he suggests lunch with social connection. Then a short walk after eating. Then an earlier dinner. He also stresses spacing meals about 4 hours apart. He says that gives the gut time for a cleanup cycle between meals. Some of this feels like a lifestyle blueprint, not just gut advice. And it reveals what he's trying to protect. He seems worried modern life is chaotic and disconnected. He's trying to rebuild structure. Steady meals, steady sleep, steady movement, steady time with people. The host often plays the normal busy person. He admits he works out late and eats late. Then he deals with the consequences. That's the tension on screen. The guest sells consistency. The host represents reality. Here's why that matters in real life. A lot of people don't need a new supplement. They need a pattern they can actually keep. That said, Dr. Will does recommend some supplements. Vitamin D, omega-3s, turmeric. At night, magnesium and zinc. He warns not to overdo turmeric supplements. He suggests testing levels when possible. His best supplement advice is also the least flashy. Take only what you need, then be consistent. Now the conversation moves into its deepest topic: stress, loneliness, and trauma. He argues loneliness, meaning feeling disconnected, can harm health as much as smoking. He ties social bonding to lower stress and better digestion. He explains the nervous system in 2 modes. Sympathetic is gas pedal. Parasympathetic is brake. If you live with the gas pedal down all the time, digestion gets pushed aside. Then he connects trauma to long-term gut problems. He defines trauma as something that overwhelms your ability to cope and sticks with you. He describes it as keeping the brain's fear system switched on. That can affect hormones, sleep, gut movement, and gut barrier strength. He's making a bigger point about healing. For some people, diet isn't the root issue. Stress and unresolved pain are. He says the first step is admitting that, then getting professional help. Near the end, the tone changes again. Dr. Will gets personal. He shares being in a dark place. He improved diet and exercise, but he also needed to heal relationships. He talks about a long break with his father, then reconnecting, then losing his father suddenly. The host reads a dedication from Dr. Will's earlier book. It lands like a quiet warning. Don't waste decades on unresolved conflict. That personal ending changes how the earlier science lands. It suggests he's not driven only by studies and charts. He's also driven by regret, and by hope that other people can avoid it. So where does that leave you? The strongest case Dr. Will makes is that the gut, immune system, and daily life connect in a tight loop. Food affects microbes. Microbes affect the gut barrier. The barrier affects immune activation. Stress and sleep can push the whole system off course. The weaker part is when the talk drifts towards sweeping explanations. Things like blaming the modern world for almost everything. Some claims, like glyphosate being a major driver, may feel less settled. And fecal transplant research outside specific diseases is still early. His own caution helps, but the excitement can run ahead. The host brings a useful warning too. People can hear gut health and start self-diagnosing everything. They can chase extreme fixes instead of safe steps and real medical care. In the end, the tension is between a simple story and a messy reality. One side wants a clear root cause and a clear plan. The other side keeps reminding you bodies and lives are complicated. Dr. Will seems most driven to protect long-term health through prevention and consistency. The host seems most driven to protect practicality and curiosity. So where you land between them doesn't make you a monster or a genius. It just shows what you fear most. Maybe you fear missing an early warning. Or maybe you fear being sold a one-size-fits-all answer. This was Media Breakfast. Cliff Notes. Take the map. Make your own route.